Good morning, everybody. It's Javier, and I'm excited to be with you here for another one of our MLO training webinars, the Rainy Mortgage Bank weekly webinar, which helps a lot of our MLOs reach the level of success that they deserve. We're letting a few more people in, so bear with me while we do this, and we're going to go ahead and kick it off. I've got some important information for you today that can help you elevate your overall success and income in the process, and we're going to talk about my favorite subject, which should be everybody's favorite subject, and that is marketing. You can never have enough marketing ideas. I always look around what it is that's working for other people. I don't care what company they're in. If it works for others, it'll probably work for you, and so on and so on and so on. So I just want to go ahead and get this going. It does start when it comes to the mortgage business. It starts and it ends with marketing. If you do a good job of marketing, you're going to have a good chance of success. And if you don't, your chances for success diminish tremendously and very, very quickly. I think the industry is changing, and so we have to adapt to some of these changes that are taking place, not in a bad way, but it's definitely evolving. So let me go ahead and get this going. We're going to talk today about 6 marketing ideas for mortgage loan originators, and at the same time, I'm going to follow up upon the social media training that we did a couple of weeks ago before we skipped last week. And the big deal behind social media continues to be that that's where everybody's at. And we're talking about Facebook is the largest social media platform in the world, which is, as you can see, 2.27 billion active users. It gives you the ability to zero in on who it is that you are looking for, and that's very, very important. 1.495 billion active daily users. It's just simply incredible. LinkedIn, same reasons. A lot of people are there. YouTube, which is my favorite. Most of the recruits that I get, most of the hits that I get come from YouTube. I love YouTube because who can tell me even Instagram? What's the biggest difference, would you say, between YouTube and the other 3 social media platforms you see here, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram? What would you say? What's the difference? What do you guys think? You're muted.
I would say lots of videos.
Okay, I mean, true. Obviously, it is primarily a video platform. Okay, what else?
Your audience.
What do you mean?
More your younger people are on Instagram versus Facebook. Your older people, not to discriminate, but it's just fact.
Sure.
Like people like myself that are 50 and above kind of are familiar with Facebook and we're easy with it versus Instagram. It's just one flash and out.
Got it. Okay, and that's very true. But we're talking about demographics is a good way to put it as it relates to that. And I think the biggest difference you'll see between the two will definitely be between Facebook and Instagram. Somebody talks about Facebook, they're probably older. That's just the way it is. Whereas a lot of the quote older people that I'm referring to don't even know how to work Instagram and so on. And that's true. They're all definitely, you want to be aware, because here's the beauty of it. You can market everywhere. It doesn't say you have to, the post we gave you, the templates, they work with all social media platforms. I just finished another webinar. I got my hands on a great packet, a brand new packet of posts that they generate interaction. A or B, would you rather do this or that, or fill in the blanks? That'd be really cool. We'll probably do it here in a couple of weeks or a couple of months with you guys, but it's really, really good. But there's one fundamental difference, and this fundamental difference is why I love YouTube. Anybody, what are your thoughts? What's the fundamental difference between Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, those 3, and let's just say compared to YouTube? What do you think about? I mean, if you have to think a little bit, think. It's okay. What is it? I'll give you an example. I don't know if we have anybody here that I personally recruited into Rainy Mortgage Bank from YouTube. I'm sure we have somebody. I guarantee you that. And if they're probably shy, but if I was to ask them, how did you find me? What would the answer be? For those that don't guess, this is for if anybody here fits the bill. How did you find me on YouTube? Anybody? What were you doing? Anybody? You're muted, just so you guys know, everybody's muted.
I'm sorry, this is Angelica. I cannot remember how you recruited me, but that was a while back ago.
Okay, well, I'm talking about recent. This week we brought in like 5 new people, and the conversation is always the same. And what they say is always the same thing. Here's the answer to what I'm asking you. And that is that social media platforms in the traditional sense, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, you have to interrupt what they're doing. In other words, the way they do it, it's a post. There's 3 posts in an ad. You're scrolling one post, haha, your friend's doing something funny. Oh, here's somebody shared this, somebody shared that, and then an ad. And then you keep scrolling one, another one, and then an ad. YouTube is different. And so if you're going to advertise on social media, that's fine, but it's really broad as to the chances of the right person coming across your path or vice versa. With YouTube, they are looking for a specific answer. How do I get sponsored with an NMLS license? And then my video pops up. So they're actively looking for something. So if I'm going to go ahead and advertise anywhere, I do everywhere, by the way, but with YouTube, I spent $0 on it, yet I get the most success from them for free because it's so the answer is you got to learn how to leverage the power of video, number one, and then you need to learn how to tag it, Because if I just simply go ahead and record a video on how to get sponsorship in 2021 with the NMLS, that could get a hit, that could not. But the way the video is going to get ranked and the algorithm is going to match it with whoever's searching for it is not just by the title of it, but also what are called tags in the video. And so the fundamental difference, and here's the answer, fundamental difference between YouTube and all other social media platforms is in YouTube, they're looking for a video for a specific answer to guide them through. That's what it is. And so if you're going to do that, keep that in mind when you're posting everywhere, or like I said before, maintain that omnipresence when you're everywhere. There are companies that you pay them $24 a month and you post one thing and it posts it automatically on all your platforms without you having to log into any of them. That's pretty cool. You can schedule them and so on, which is the keyword automation. So let's go. Any questions about this? All right, we're going to get started with the first one. First thing we're going to talk about is how to get creative with visual content. The most successful loan originators that I know of are masters of video. They're also masters of video on the real estate side. They are always putting videos of a listing. They're always putting videos of anything because of the fact that even if it's not their listing, they know that video is what stops people from scrolling. If I'm scrolling and somebody just is just, for the lack of a better phrase, posting text, I'm really not going to read it, especially if it's more than 4 or 5 sentences. People skip it. And then the next thing in the hierarchy of content are pictures or images. If there's a picture of something or somebody, I might look at it. But video, it's where it's at. And all of you here have the most powerful camera you can ever utilize, which is your phone. Whether it's an Android or an iPhone, you need to get in the habit of creating video content. For whatever reason, it is very intimidating for most people. Very intimidating in the beginning. But once you get comfortable, in front of that camera, I mean, all the content that I do, I create myself. I shoot it myself. I just have a tripod that I use myself and do that. It's amazing how people would be shy when it comes to marketing their services with video, but they put videos of other stupid things that people don't even care about, to be honest with you. But that's fine. I mean, to each his own. I'm just saying that for you to really get yourself in your marketing to where it needs to be, you're going to have to get creative with video. And now you can edit videos on your phone itself. You don't even have to download them to a laptop or desktop or whatever. You can do it all. I create a ton of videos. I shoot it on my phone. I edit it on my phone and I publish from my phone. And so if you're not doing it already, get in the habit. Get in the habit, because most of the business that is being generated in the mortgage world, real estate world, is still from online and traditional content on TV, which are commercials. I mean, I was looking at some stupid mortgage company that is online. I was looking at their numbers yesterday. Last month, they funded 59,000 loans, which is just simply unbelievable. 59,000. And all their business comes from commercials or video content, which now is something you can do with just your cell phone. Also, kickstart your networking. And this is super important. I was had lunch yesterday with a couple of realtors, very successful realtors. One's a retired police officer. The other one not retired, but he's a former police officer. So anyways, we were talking about this and that, and we were talking about, and they were telling me that they get most of their business from referrals, but even so, they're losing a lot of business because they don't know how to re-engage old clients beyond 6 months to a year. It feels awkward. And I'm telling you that that's very, very true. Hey, just listen to this number. And I think this one should tell you something, at the very least, something. 82% of Americans seek recommendations from friends and family when considering products and services. That's 8 out of every 10 people. Therefore, it's important to get your name out there. Networking online and in person is a way to do this. You have to start with a good CRM. And the CRM, just so you know, people tell me all the time, well, I have this CRM, that CRM. And when I ask them to show it to me, I want to see how you have it set up. I want to see how many people you actually have in there. I want to see how many birthdays, how many anniversaries of closings. I want to see they have none of that. So just signing up for the system, it's nothing. You got to learn to leverage it. And this person is extremely successful. Like I said, one of the most successful realtors that I know. And was telling me they just had a situation where one of their friends was trying to refer a mortgage, but in the process said, yeah, so-and-so said they used you and they just sold their home, but they didn't call this person for the real estate transaction. And that's because out of sight, out of mind. And so it's important for you to do that. So in today's tech-driven mortgage marketing world, connecting in person may sound a bit old-fashioned and even difficult, but when it comes to building relationships, there's no substitute. Now, I don't know about you, but I have a very big budget for entertainment every month as far as dinners, movies, to just go with people that are key to my success and meet with them. They won't tell you no. That's something you don't do via Zoom. You get 3, 4 good, strong advocates that are in your corner that can keep you going for your entire career, let alone 10 of them. And so it's important for you to see them for what it is and stay in constant communication. We call it constant personal communication, where even if it's automated, they're hearing from you, because most people will forget about you. And here's usually what happens. Somebody comes along and start talking about their mortgage services or real estate services or what have you, and they get impressed. Okay, sounds good. And they go with them just because, yeah, you were nice and everything, but they haven't heard from you in a long time. So take inventory. So when I tell people, show me your top 20 people, I mean, your top 20 people that are the most important when it comes to referrals to you and so on. And what have you done for them lately? The answer is usually nothing. I've called them and that's about it, which is fine, better than nothing. But you're going to have to step it up. Number 3 is to improve your email strategy. And the reason that I say this is because of the simple fact that, like, this is from 2015, email averaged a return of investment of $38 for every dollar spent. The cost of email services is very affordable, and it allows you to, again, automate a good portion of what I'm describing to you. I don't take people to dinner all day long, every single day from that I did. I mean, I identify my key people. They are my key advocates that when I need business, I can call them up and say, hey, question, can I come into your roll call next week and just do my 10-minute spill? Sure, come on in. That's who I'm talking about. Or the people that keep referring clients to me, or keep refinancing through me, and so on. And so that's why you have to have a good email strategy of how you're going to reach out to these folks as well. And so one thing that I'd also recommend is make sure that it's something you own. The guy that I was dealing with yesterday, I was telling him that, the danger that he has, he's basing everything out of the CRM that his real estate company uses. And what if he goes away one day? All that information stays behind. So I told him, make sure you back it up, export it, and so on. But better yet, just start with something you own that you can take with you in the event that you want to, or you have to change companies in the future as well. So if you don't have a solid email strategy going on right now with Rainier Mortgage Bank as an MLO or as a realtor, you are unfortunately hurting yourself. Also promote your social media posts. Keep it clean. I'm not going to get into this because we talked about the best practices for doing this. I was actually going to show you the Facebook post of one of a loan originator, not part of our team, thank God, but I just decided not to, because it's impossible for you to see it without knowing who it is. I mean, it's amazing trying to generate mortgage business when every other post is anti-vax, anti-Trump, pro-Trump, Trump will be back, pro-vaccine, whatever. I mean, when you start to polarize yourself, the whole purpose of marketing is to grow your audience, not to divide it, not to shrink it, not to minimize it. But yet it's amazing It's amazing how many people put some crazy ass stuff on social media that they think they're still 21, 22 years old, partying in college or something, where, dude, I mean, you're a grown man or grown woman and you can do whatever you want to, but please don't wonder why nobody's running to you, rushing to you when you're posting, stuff that's at the very least inappropriate. I mean, people just don't get attracted to that. So make sure you maintain a solid profile and message on your social media. And also, one of the best ways to fix that, you have to make sure that you go ahead and always, and I do mean always, have a business page. If you're doing, let's just say, Facebook, keep your personal stuff personal and keep the professional side, which is your page, professional. Otherwise, if you try to do both on one, especially on a personal page, it's going to backfire on you. I guarantee you, not just because of stuff maybe you promote, but stuff that other people promote on your page as well. And keep in mind that I told you that there are services out there that will allow you to schedule your posts. So you can literally, on a Sunday, like tomorrow, post all your stuff for the coming week or two or month if you wanted to, and it's done for you automatically. But you cannot schedule personal posts on Facebook. You cannot schedule them. You can only schedule business page posts, which is why you want to make sure you have that page as well. Clean up your online presence, self-explanatory. Again, do whatever the hell you want to do. But as an advisor or your coach and so on, I look at some people's online profiles and I always tell them, look, dude, have you seen it from a stranger's perspective or from a potential client perspective? I mean, seriously, do whatever the hell you want to do, but don't wonder why you have no business. I want to give you business. And so what I'm saying is that you got to make sure your online presence is clean if that's what you want to do. Or what I always tell everybody, make it private. Keep a professional business image. Keep your personal page personal and private so that only people you invite to see it can see it. Because nowadays, first thing people do when they come across somebody that they just met, that they're considering anything, doing business, going out with or whatever, first thing they're going to do, they're going to run you on social media. And that's where you don't want to get in trouble. And then the last one, number 6, is consider automated marketing strategies. I told you one of the things you can automate, of course, is going to be the posting of social media posts. And you have to have a business page, which is free, by the way, to be able to do that. We've shown you how to do that. There's a tutorial video we have on how to do that. We walk you through. We gave you the Radiant Mortgage Bank logos, NMLS ID number, everything to make sure it's done in a compliant fashion. But there's other things you can do. One thing you can automate, of course, are emails. That every single Monday, an email goes out wishing everybody a good week, making it sound like it's just for them, but it's really for your 1,000 people that you have subscribed on your list. And then you can break it down by either being real estate related, you can break it down by being mortgage related, and so on. It can all be done in an automated fashion. I think that automation is the one thing that most loan officers and realtors are failing to adapt to quick enough, and they're paying the price. There's not enough time in the day for everybody to do everything they want to do, especially need to do. And so they start slacking on different areas of their life. Don't let that happen to you when it comes to business, because that can be automated, where you can literally automate your social media posts for the next year if you wanted to, plus the emails that go out to your clients as well, plus the prospectings that you can do beyond that, and so on, and so on, and so on. There's a lot you can do in an automated fashion that will free you up to do what you do best. And what you do best should be closing loans. And that's where your focus should be. Maybe closing escrows on the real estate side, but that should be it. And of course, generating new business as well. Any questions about anything that I mentioned so far right now? Haven't seen Red. I don't know if he's here yet or not, but I wanted to just make sure you understand the importance of marketing. And most importantly, the tools that we give you truly are tools that you can leverage starting tomorrow, today, to get you to where you deserve to be. Any questions from anybody about anything at all? Red, are you on? I haven't seen him. I don't know if he's on. Let me just check real quick. Scroll through this real quick. I don't think he's here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Does anyone have any questions about anything whatsoever? Questions, comments, concerns, issues, complaints, anything at all?
Javier, you mentioned Sierra. Could you expound on that a little bit more?
On which one?
I think you said Sierra.
For what?
Kickstarting your network.
This is Sierra.
Maybe I misheard. Sorry.
Okay. No worries. It wasn't Sierra. Let me just go back to it. I just want to see it. Now I'm curious. It was the first one. Here, friends, family. No, what? I'm sorry, but I didn't. I must have said something else, but it wasn't Sierra. But what I will tell you now that we're talking about this part is here's the first order of business. I don't do coaching anymore. I don't have the time for it. I don't care how much people pay me. I just don't have. Yeah. Thank you very much. He's saying that I was talking about CRM. A CRM. You have to have a good CRM. That's your CRM, which is a client relationship management tool. It's just an online way of tracking your people. And so what I tell everybody is that it's very, very important to always start. So if I'm coaching you today and we're going to work on referrals in the month of September, your first homework assignment is going to be to make sure you go ahead and take inventory of all of your existing clients, friends, anybody that matters that can help your business grow. Most people don't have that. Even when you look at a CRM, the average CRM has something like 22 names. It can't be only 22 people in your network. First of all, congratulations for having a CRM and congratulations for having 22 people in it. But when it comes to working with CRMs, data is your best friend. What does that mean? That means that we want to have, for instance, we want to have their name, obviously. We want to have their date of birth or birth date at the very least, if not the year when they were born. Number two, we also want to make sure that we have any anniversaries with us of when we handed him or her their keys, or when we funded their loan, or when something important that can serve as a trigger for me to reach out to them and be of something of substance versus just randomly out of the blue. Somebody wants to see number three. Improve your email strategy. Like I said earlier, most CRMs have a built-in email platform into it. So make sure that you have a CRM. It has a robust email platform built into it as well. You don't want to be paying for these two services separately. I'll give you a perfect example. One of the things that I always recommend my students to do is make sure whenever you reach out to a client that you're reaching out to give, never to ask. Here's the worst phone call you could ever make. Phone rings, ring. I'm calling Darren. Darren, let's just role play with me, Darren. Ring, ring. Let's see if Darren answers.
Hello.
Hey, Darren, how are you? It's Javier Rodriguez with Radio Mortgage Bank. How are you?
Hey, Javier, long time. How's it going?
Good. Listen, I just wanted to reach out to make sure you're doing okay, that the family's well. And also, in case you know of anybody that's looking to take advantage of today's low rates, if maybe you can send them my way, please.
Okay. What are our rates?
They're historically low, probably in the low threes, high twos to low threes. And so, but the point that I'm making is the conversation quickly turned about who?
Right.
Really?
About you and your rates.
Yeah, me and my rates, and I need to make money, so please help me, right?
Yeah.
So
right.
What I'm saying is that if I'm calling Darren and phone ring, ring, ring. Let's see if Darren answers.
Hello.
Hey, Darren, it's Javier, Radio Mortgage Bank. How are you, sir?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. Listen, I'm not going to take much of your time, but I'm just calling you, Darren, because I was thinking about you. I came across this new platform that allows me to give my valued clients like yourself free vacations. And I wanted to see if you are interested in maybe picking one up for next year. There's nothing for you to purchase. You could literally choose either Hawaii, Las Vegas, or even Cancun. And so I don't know if you have any potential vacations planned, but if not, I just wanted to see maybe you were interested in just getting this free gift from me, just as a way of saying thank you for being part of my world.
Yeah, free.
Yeah, and the way it works, Darren, all you have to do is you have to pay the taxes, which run around $18 a night. All right. And then you're responsible for transportation, meaning if you want to fly somewhere or drive. What city are you in right now, Darren?
Atlanta.
Okay, you're in Atlanta. So we've got a bunch of different areas around there as well, including going down south towards Orlando, South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, and so on, that if you wanted to just drive it, you could do that. And then you just literally be in for the gas money plus the taxes of about $20 a night.
Okay. I mean, what do I have to do to get it?
I'm gonna send you an email right now that's gonna give you a list of destinations, and you can get as sophisticated as you want. You can literally go to Italy if you want, or you can go to Orlando, or you can come out to California, or you can go to Las Vegas. So you just simply choose the city. You don't have to select a date yet, because we're not going to have that. But you have to. You're going to eventually select the date, and that's it. Just always saying thank you, Darren. I just really wanted to let you know how much I appreciate you again being a valued customer, and that I was thinking about you today.
Wow, I'm excited to receive it.
All right, cool. So it'll be on its way. Blah blah blah. I mean, just call to give. Call to give, never call to ask. It should never be about you, because like with money, I'm telling you that money, if you want to make a lot of it, money is nothing more than a byproduct of doing the right thing for people. So if you want to make a lot of money, do the right thing for a lot of people, and money will always follow. That's not going to be an issue for you. And so that's what I'm saying. The same thing, if I am trying to generate more business, I might call Darren and say, hey, Darren, this is Javier. Listen, I'm calling you because I wanted to see, I know you're a pastor and I wanted to come to your church to sell my services. He's going to tell me to go pound sand. But if I call Darren and say, hey, Darren, I just wanted to see if you'd be interested in having a fundraiser for your church. We usually raise anywhere between $1,000 to $5,000 in about 10 minutes. And if that's something that would interest your church, I would love to come in and do that. Then he's like, okay, well, let me talk to the pastor. And then, of course, let him ask you, how would it work? It's very simple. We come in, we do a 10-minute Why Home Ownership Matters seminar, which just talks about the importance of becoming a homeowner if you qualify and if you can. And that's what we do. And then just for that, we award a trip, literally a vacation trip, to anybody that donates money to your church. Your church keeps 100% of the proceeds. We just raised $5,800 for a church in San Diego, and we can do the same for yours to help you with that refrigerator, stove, or whatever it is that your church might need that there never seems to be enough money for. We just wanted to say thank you for all that you do as well. Very simple. You become secondary. You needing something is secondary to what's in it for them. So when they go in there to pitch it to somebody, they're going to start by pitching it as to how that's going to benefit them. And it just so happens that it might, because it might not, but it might benefit you as well. And it's very, very simple. Any questions from anybody before we wrap it up about anything? Well, I'm not going to make this longer than I have to. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened to Rhett, but I'll check on him, make sure he's okay. But I just want to really say thank you for all that you do. We're in September, and September is going to either be of September to remember, meaning you went out there and leveraged everything we are teaching you to get yourself on track to hit the big goals you deserve to hit, or it's going to end up being a September to forget, meaning you just failed to do your part, and therefore September is going to look a lot like August, it looked a lot like July, and so on. And that's not what life is about. Life is fragile, life is short. And having said that, I ask you to please keep in mind all the people that are battling COVID and all the challenges going on within our country and the world, and just say a quick prayer for them if you don't mind. I think things are going to get worse before they get better, and we have to be prepared. And the answer is going to be technology. As you know, I was in Guadalajara, Mexico last week. That's why I wasn't on the webinar. We come back in 12 days. We're supposed to leave for Abu Dhabi and Dubai. While I was in Mexico, they called me to tell me that my trip to Abu Dhabi was canceled because Abu Dhabi just closed their borders. And therefore, I was going to have to spend the whole time in Dubai, which, okay, whatever. So we're going to keep it. The next day, I'm still in Mexico. They called me again, say, hey, we're calling you about a trip, changes to your trip. And I'm like, yeah, they already called me. They're like, no, this just happened today because in November, I'm supposed to be in Greece. We're supposed to be in Athens for 2-3 days and take a 5-night cruise, Santorini, all the Greek islands. Well, now they were calling me because the cruise company, the cruise portion just got canceled because no cruises can leave Greece now until at least March. All cruises are canceled until at least March. Do you still want to go? I'm like, hell no, I'm not going to go and just stand in Athens for 8 days. So that trip got canceled. And then in February, we're scheduled for Valentine's Day to be in Jerusalem, Israel. And we're going to see how that turns out because you never know. So things are getting a little worse. We're going through another wave again worldwide. And usually what happens over there makes its way over here eventually. So, all we can do is, like I said, pray for those that are being affected in any way, shape, or form by it and hope that it goes away soon. Last call for questions, comments, or concerns. Oh, there was.
Hey, Javier, just want to let you know Rhett's out of town for a little R&R. So.
Oh, he did tell me that. He's out of town. No, you're right. He's fine. Oh, that's right. He did tell me until Tuesday or something. So you're right. Perfect. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Stay healthy, stay safe. And again, thank you for all that you do. And I'll be talking to you here real soon. Thank you.